right, so I wanted to talk about trad wives. Like, people are, especially young people, are selling this idea that a person can be a traditional wife and mom and live a soft life. I don't think the two coincide. I feel like in some ways you can live a softer life if you have a provider, but for the most part you'll be breaking from tradition. A lot of young women want to have a house, live or provide a household, or live in a household that they always desired, because in the past there's, our history, like recent history for centennials. Centennials are the children of the X generation, where the alphas are the children of the millennials. I'm millennial, I'm 33. Centennials would be 23. So for this like trad wife, I think that's what it's called. The trad wives, well, they're not living a soft life, and if they are, they're breaking from tradition. You can't have one or the other. That's the point. Even in history, like very wealthy and like prominent figures in history, clergy people would like complain about their life of leisure and how they break away from tradition and how they need to, work and sweat. So it's hard to live a soft life if you want to be traditional. You have to understand there comes a point in time where you may need to choose. You more than likely will need to choose, and that's okay. You can either break from tradition and live a soft life, or you can stick with tradition and live a vigorous life. It doesn't mean that you'll suffer, but in some ways you will. That's life. Life is up and down. It's dynamic. It's not very easy, but there are some crafty, even witchy women who break from tradition and live very luxurious, soft lives, and more power to them. You can do that. One of the prominent figures is the Reka. She doesn't have any children, and she's had plenty of romances and have traveled the world. She's exercised by doing yoga and meditation, which is one of the softer forms of exercising. I mean, more power to her. But she is not traditional. She's more modern, and she has broken from tradition in many ways. That's my point. So people who are offering young women, and if you're watching and you're a centennial or younger, listen, there's hardly anything soft about tradition, especially in the West, anywhere. If you're traditional, you're hands-on with your children, you're working, you're putting in some type of hard labor, you're growing your own food, you're towing the land, building your home, cooking, cleaning. And even wealthy women today, when they are hands-on with something, they'll hear from their friends and their kin, like, oh, look at you being traditional. It's always associated with hard work. There's nothing soft really about it, and that's fine. I just want young women to understand you have to come to a place where you make a choice. I suffer from burnout. I've been suffering from burnout in many ways, and it is to be expected. It's not like it was like unexpected, like, whoa, this is difficult. It was unexpected with my first child. Second child, it was expected. It wouldn't have been if I was very much aware of the challenges and the hard work that comes with being a parent. I wasn't as prepared the first time as I would have liked to been. But that's life. Sometimes you dive into things and you're not as prepared. The great thing about it is that if it doesn't kill you, again, it'll make you stronger. Nobody is perfect. but I did choose to be a mom. I chose to be traditional in many aspects because of how I was raised and because of me being adventurous and me being maybe in some ways a bit more masculine. And that's another delusion there, that people think that being soft and muted is entirely feminine. No, like there's aspects of femininity that is not muted at all. There's aspects of tradition. There's things that are required of women that will require women to be more masculine. There's always been a balance. And I think that's what people are missing. I mean, big time. I thought that with all of the information and all of the technology that we have at our fingertips, that we would get it. But it seems like we're not.